Good day, everyone. We are the Group 3 and we are here to discuss about the global food security. So before we begin this presentation, we would like to inform everyone that this video is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. Hey everyone, I'm going to discuss about the factors leading to global food security. So what is global food security? So global food security is the assurance that all people have access to safe, nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and preferences. It also includes the ability to access food during emergencies and natural disasters. The first factor that leads to global food security is environmental factors. For instance, like climate change. Climate change disrupts food security by altering weather patterns, increasing extreme weather events, and changing growing conditions. This can reduce agricultural productivity, shift agricultural zones, and increase pests and diseases, leading to lower food yields and higher prices. Is natural disasters. Natural disasters like hurricanes, floods, droughts, and earthquakes destroy crops, livestock, and infrastructure. This results in immediate food shortages and long-term disruptions in food production and distribution. Next will be soil degradation. Soil degradation caused by erosion, nutrient depletion, and pollution lower soil quality and productivity. This leads to reduced crop yields and threatens food production by depleting essential nutrients and contaminating the soil. So the next factor would be the economical factors. It significantly impact global food security. Poverty limits access to adequate food as many people cannot afford nutritious meals. Food price volatility caused by fluctuating market conditions, weather events, and political instability. It makes it difficult for low-income households to maintain consistent access to food. Trade restrictions, including tariffs and export bans, can disrupt the flow of food and between countries, leading to shortages and increased prices in regions dependent on imports. These economic challenges worsen hunger and malnutrition, particularly in vulnerable populations, underscoring the need for policies that promote economic stability and equitable food distribution. Factor will be the political factors. It plays a crucial role in global food security. Conflict and instability disrupt agricultural production, displace populations, and hinder access to markets, leading to food shortages and increased hunger. Weak governance also worsen these issues by failing to implement effective food policies, manage resources efficiently, or maintain stable supply chains. Corruption and lack of infrastructure further undermine food distribution and access, making it difficult for affected regions to recover from food crisis. Addressing these political challenges is essential for ensuring stable and secure food systems worldwide.
My topic is all about the global food security. I explain five main components of food security. First is availability. To achieve food security, it is essential that there is a stable supply of food available. This includes sufficient production, effective storage, and reliable supply chain to ensure food can reach all regions consistently. Second is access. Even if food is available, people must be able to access it. This required that food be affordable, accessible through local market, and individuals have enough income or resources to purchase or obtain it. Third is utilization. For food security to be effective, individuals need the ability to use the food they access in a nutritious and safe way. This involves access to diverse diet, food safety measures, and knowledge about nutrition to ensure the food consumed supports health.
Good evening, sir. My topic is all about what are the five components of food security, and I will continue for Mike Miniza 4 to 5. Fourth, stability. the consistency of the other three components over time. Food security requires that food is available, accessible, and usable consistently without disruptions from external factors like climate events, economic stability, or complex. Fifth, agency ensures that individuals and communities have the power to make decisions about food system, food choice, and nutrition. Agency acknowledges that right to participate in food-related decisions and policies that affect communities' lives. Conclusions. These components help assess and address the various dimensions of food security, promoting resilience and long-term sustainability. That's all. Thank you, sir.
So everyone, good evening. My topic is all about what are the threats of global food security.
The first one is climate change, extreme weather, water scarcity, and shifting patterns reduce crop yield. The second one is soil degradation and water scarcity. Poor land practices degraded soil and reduce water resources essential for farming. The third one is biodiversity loss. Decline in biodiversity, especially pollinators, lowers crop productivity. The fourth one is economic inequality. Rising food prices and poverty limit access to nutritious food for vulnerable populations. The fifth one is conflicts. Wars and unrest disrupt food production, distribution, and markets. The next one is pandemic. Health crises like COVID-19 disrupt supply chains and labors, affecting food access. The next one is supply chain vulnerabilities. Globalized food systems are sensitive to disruption in transportation and trade. Next one is population growth and urbanization. Increasing demand strains food supplies and reduces farmland. Food waste. High food waste reduces overall availability. And lastly, the pollution. Chemical and plastic pollution threaten food safety and marine resources.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is, what are the threats to global food security? Is food security is possible? So, global food security is increasingly threatened by several interconnected factors. One of the most significant is climate change, which leads to extreme weather events throughout and shifts in growing season, all of which negatively impact crop yields. Rising temperatures and changing rainfall patterns also exacerbate water scarcity, crucial for food production. Another major threat is the geopolitical instability. Wars, trade disruptions, and sanctions can impede food distribution and access, creating Store, sor- shortages in certain regions. Economic inequality also plays a critical role, as many populations, especially in developing countries, lack of the financial resources to access food even if it is available. In addition, population growth places more demand on already limited resources, including arable land and fresh water. Another factor contributing to food insecurity is sustainable agricultural practices, such as deforestation, overuse of pesticides, and soil degradation, which reduce the long-term viability of food production system. Furthermore, global supply system vulnerabilities exposed during the COVID-19 pandemic, for example, demonstrate how disruptions in transportation, labor, and trade can quickly lead to food shortage in certain areas.
Good day, everyone. Fernandez Christian. So now I'll be talking about the state of food security during the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 has forced the world to close its border, causing the food prices to skyrocket, food security in a state of emergency. Achieving our goal in ending the global hunger often means providing a food for people in need. That more is needed to ensure people enjoy food security. So what do we mean by food security? So food security is when all people have regular access to all nutritious food to live healthy and active. But the pandemic brought a very tragic and harsh reality to light of food security. It became a major concern in many countries, including the Philippines. And these are the challenges facing many Filipino people. First is the economic impact and loss of income. Second is disruption to agriculture and food production. Third, dependence on food import. And fourth, last, supply chain disruptions. The pandemic resulted in strict lockdowns, causing businesses to close and leading to widespread jobs losses. This had a direct effect on people's ability to buy food. Many Filipino experienced reduced incomes or unemployment, which made food less affordable, particularly for low-income families. Hunger and malnutrition increased as a result. Agriculture is an essential part of the Philippine economy, but the sector faced numerous challenges during the pandemic. Travel restrictions made it difficult for farmers to transport their products to markets. Shortage of labor and essential supplies like seeds and fertilizers affect production, leading to lower yields and reduced availability of food. The Philippines relies on imports for some staple foods, especially rice. When global trade was disrupted, it led to increased prices for imported goods. Imported delays and higher costs affect a country's food supply, making certain items less accessible and more expensive for many Filipinos. Supply chain disruption. Movement disruptions also affected the entire food supply chain. Transporting food from farms to consumers became challenging, and some products spoiled due to delays. This created further shortage and contributed to rising food prices, affecting food security in both national and household levels. Well, that would be all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Lamahang Resalavan from the Group 3 and I will be talking about So, I got a quick question for you. Imagine a world where every meal is a challenge. For millions, this isn't just a thought, but it's a reality. Food security means having enough safe, nutritious food for everyone, but achieving it is a complex and influenced by multiple factors. The key factors for global food security: number one is the climate change. Climate affects crops, for example, droughts or typhoons reduce food and supplies, in which it makes the food more expensive. Number two is the economic stability. The stable economy helps people afford food. Economic instability during the pandemic made many lose jobs, affecting access to food. And lastly is the distribution system. Having smooth supply chain ensures that food reaches every part of a country, but travel restrictions during the pandemic disrupted this. The state of the Philippines during the pandemic. In the Philippines, food insecurity became more pronounced. With lockdowns, many farmers and workers couldn't transport or sell food. Also, imported food became limited, which increased prices. This led to issues, especially for low-income families who couldn't afford basic necessities. And the conclusion for this is that food security relies on stable systems, resilient economies, and effective responses to crises. The pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities but also underscored the need for stronger food policies. And that is all for today. Thank you very much for listening.